All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to my rant channel, TMossBoss Rants. And in today's video, we are going to be ranting about a video game called Warface Breakout. Now, two things. I am going to probably turn this into a series where I just rant about random video games. And then, yeah, for those that can, if you could see this, yeah, this game shut down some time ago. But what I wanted to more so rant about, because it was funny. I remember I was playing a little bit of this game when it came out. And for those that don't know my history with Warface, yeah, if you guys go back on my gaming channel, TMossBoss Gaming, that was one of the first video games that I had started doing videos on. Because yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of money to my name, so yeah, I was using the free option when it came down to being a gaming content creator. But my thing is this, right? When you look at Warface and you see the amount of stuff that they had in that game. Now it might not have been a whole lot, but still, they had some stuff. They had something that at a budget friendly video game, or it being a budget friendly video game, they still had some things that you could do. Now, when you look at games today, yeah, I feel like most games today they try to have it where you could do a lot of different things. I guess good games. For an example, Fortnite. Now, I would say that in my opinion is probably, if you're getting into content creating, Fortnite is probably the best game to get into, when starting off and stuff. Because at least then you have a bunch of different modes. Now with Warface, they didn't really have a whole lot of different modes, but they had a lot of different stuff that you could do. Like they had missions, and I think they had some multiplayer content. So you can have a channel based off of at least the original Warface game. But then, yeah, fast forward, they talk about this game, Warface Breakout, and I'm over here thinking, oh, okay, so they're pretty much coming out with a new, because yeah, I imagine Warface is a little old, it's outdated, so they're probably like, yeah, we need to do something different. So they come out with this game, Warface Breakout, and I think that was their way of competing with games like Counter Strike, stuff like that. And my thing is this, there's nothing wrong with competing with other video games, but at the same time, if a video game is already well established, what makes you think that your video game is going to come out and beat out whatever video game that's well established? Everybody is playing Counter Strike. Everybody is already Counter Strike content creators, whether you're a YouTuber, a TikToker, a Twitch kick, whatever TikTok streamer. You already have the plan laid out on what you want to play when it comes down to a video game. Now, my thing is this, right? You already done paid for Counter Strike. You already got hours dumped into that game. Why would you want to start all over? So that's what I mean by when developers, because this is something that I've talked on before, is that developers need to be different. They need to be unique. You need to come out with a video game that's never came out. They ain't never came out before. But that's the thing. Everybody wants to compete, because right now, currently, you see where everybody's trying to come out with an extraction shooter. Is that going to be the next Warface game that comes out? Warface Extraction, if they don't have it. And my thing is this: if you guys plan on doing that, it needs to be a free mode in the already existing Warface game. But to have it where if you come out with a video game and then 4 years later, after you guys done released it, because the game, yeah, it says at the top of the screen, game came out in 2020, and then they shut it down in 2024. And that's just messed up to somebody that did, yeah, prime example. You went out, you bought this game, you were hoping okay, at some point in time it's gonna get better. 6 years later, it's like, yeah, that's why I'm seeing that the game done shut down. I seen before that this game had shut down. I knew it had shut down a long time ago because nobody wasn't playing it, nobody wasn't talking about it. And I don't even think this is a game. If it is a game that you could still buy off of whatchamacallit, Steam and stuff like that, Warface Breakout. Let's just see what pops up when yeah, no, they just only have Warface. So ain't nobody playing this game. I think it's safe to say that. But my thing is this though. Why even come out with this game in the first place? Was it to make money? Because I didn't get my money back for this game. And that, to me, that's just kind of crazy, where it's like you go out and you buy a game, you're expecting this game to go the distance, but then they just take your money. Because another game that did that is The Crew. Ubisoft did that with The Crew. And I'm like, man, I don't buy video games to have it where I give you guys money and then you give me guys like a contract with a video game. And that's one of the downfalls to digital media. I feel like that's something to also talk on too, is that this is what usually happens. At least with if this was a physical copy game, I don't know which store would take it, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I at least I would be able to get rid of it. I would cut the loss on it and stuff, but yeah, and I'm like, man, with digital video games, like that's the thing that I don't really like too much about them is that when you have physical video games and you don't like it, but it might be beyond the 2 hours and 2 weeks of you owning it and stuff because it is going to take you a while to figure out a game and all that stuff. But my thing is this, right? You go out and buy a game physical, you can take that game up to a store, whether it's a retro game store, whether it's a GameStop, so you can sell it. You might not get all your money back, but at least you are not stuck with that game. Now that I don't mind versus you pay for a digital game and you can't even play it no more, or yeah, the servers have been closed down, so now what am I supposed to do? Because I don't think this game has like no PvE options. If they did have like a dude player versus bots, then okay, cool. But if you don't have that, then it's like, why did I buy this game again? Was it, my thing is this, was it to play it or was it just to give you guys money so you could use that to pay off the devs to work on Warface? Because if that's the case, then I'm like, yeah, I'll never buy a game from the Warface developers again. Because that to me, that's a scam. That's a scam. I don't buy games that watch the game shut down after 4 years. I buy games so after 4 years and I have some free time of playing it, I can play it. But yeah, you just got nowadays we're devs. They just want to, yeah, just pretty much take people's money and then just leave it at that. So yeah, I guess if anybody is wondering, whatever happened to Warface Breakout, yeah, they shut the game down 2 years ago because yeah, it just nobody wasn't playing it. But it's like, okay, if there's already games that exist like Warface and people are playing them games already, my thing is this, right? Why would you let's just say there's one car driving down the highway. You start off in this car driving down the highway and you're like halfway at your destination, right? And then there's another, I guess, newer and fancier car that's all the way at the beginning of the highway. Are you going to backtrack so you could get in that car and drive it up and down the highway just until the car breaks down on you? Or are you already going to drive with the car that you already have going down the highway? Meaning, now switching it to gaming terms, you already have time and energy put into Counter Strike. Why would you want to go out and buy you another video game and then start all over? I mean, I guess like some people don't mind that, but at the same time I'm like, and then if the game's just gonna shut down after a certain time, then it's like, what's the point of buying it? That's stuff that they don't tell you, because I guarantee and I promise you, if developers had started telling people, oh yeah, our game is gonna shut down at some point in time, people wouldn't buy the game. So they don't tell you stuff like that, and then they have you go out and buy the game, and now you stuck with the game, and then they pretty much have your money spending it going on trips and doing all these other different things. Yeah, that ain't cool, bruh. So, but anyways, with that being said, yeah, talk to you guys later. If you guys just heard that, I am currently downloading some games right now on my PC. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and peace.